Hard to believe it's already January. Welcome back for those of you that have been with us since the get-go. For those of you procrastinators that just jumped on board, we welcome you. If you remember, and I know those of you that weren't here in the summer, but I talked about when we got started, I equated this whole process, this admissions and financial aid process, to a football game. For a lot of different reasons, I think the analogy works. And using that analogy, we're at halftime right now. And that's a good thing. That means we get a lot of hard work behind us, and we're making some real progress. And I like to tell people, I told you this several months ago when we first got started, so it'll be new to some people. But what happens during this senior year is that there's so much to do. There's so many deadlines, admissions applications, financial aid applications, tax returns, et cetera, a lot of stress. What you lose sight of is the fact that 8 months from now, your kids are going to be off to college. You know, really you have 8 months left. So I like to remind you this time of year, don't lose sight of that, okay? Make sure you tell them you love them, hug them, kiss them, tell them you're proud of them. I mean, I only graduated high school not too long ago, 14 years ago now, and it's a completely different ball game even today. These kids are under an amazing amount of pressure, and they're doing a great job. So remind them of that. Okay, so back to business here, so to speak. January is another busy month for us. As you know, January 1st, the FAFSA became accessible. For a lot of you, we've already got it submitted. Okay, the earliest deadline we have for the FAFSA is February 1st, and that's only about 10% of colleges. So there's very few February 1st deadlines, but we get them in January just to stay ahead of the 8 ball. That's what we're trying to do throughout this whole process. For most of you more neurotic mothers and fathers, we got your FAFSAs off already. If you think that you'd like to have yours off instantaneously, let us know. We'll take care of it right away. But we know we're set right up until the priority deadlines. It doesn't make a difference if you submit your FAFSA January 1st or February 1st if it's a February 1st deadline. We just need to get it in by February 1st. And again, most colleges, it's February 15th, March 1st, March 15th. So we know we're always in great shape from a timeline standpoint. Little bit confusing part about the FAFSA, just like the CSS profile, they're asking us for our 2013 income tax figures. So what's your adjusted gross income? What's your federal income tax paid? We're not going to have our taxes done for a long time. We understand that's what we're doing in order to satisfy the deadlines. We're putting estimates in, like the CSS profile, and then once you do complete your tax returns, we'll go back in and we'll update it with 2013 tax information. So that's the standard operating procedure, even though it is a little bit strange. This is another opportunity I want to take to talk to you, remind you to talk to your accountants. If you do your own taxes, do your taxes as early as possible. Don't let this be the year that like every year, you might wait till April 15th. It makes life easier if you can get these things done as early as possible, because they won't make financial aid packages final until they have 2013 tax returns. And we have to anticipate that just about all colleges are going to request a copy. Some of you need to file a extension, you need to file, or you have to wait on K-1s. There's things that are out of your control. You're not going to be punished for that, but it's up to us and it's up to you guys and with our help to communicate that with each of these colleges so that we're all on the same page, to let them know that that is in fact the case, because most colleges that request tax returns early are going to, they're going to have you send 2012 returns in the meantime. So again, it's all about communication. Talk to us, talk to the colleges to make sure that they understand you know, what's going on with you guys specifically. So that's what's going on for January. We should be in great shape with everybody. Like I said, we're well ahead of the deadlines. I just want to make sure I hit on everything here. Like I told you, or I've been telling you for a while now, make sure you keep us in the loop with acceptances and financial aid awards. Make it second nature that as soon as you guys get that news, it gets passed on to us. Make sure that you're reminding your sons, reminding your daughters to check their emails every single day. These schools will send imperative admissions and financial aid news to them, oftentimes without telling the parents. It's a little bit insane, but that's how they do it. So they have to get in the habit of checking their emails every single day. Anything you're unsure about, as always, just pass it on to us. We'll get you squared away. The end of this month, some of you guys have noticed this already or asked questions. You're going to get an email on January 23rd, in all likelihood. They're doing it a little earlier this year, that IDOC is due. IDOC's a scary statement because you don't know what it is. Most of these colleges, like I told you, they're going to collect your tax returns. Some of the private schools use a central processing agency through the College Board to do that. That's IDOC. That's the name of it. We'll talk about that. I will address that in the coming weeks and months, well ahead of when we have to do it. Just understand we can't even do that. We can't even start any process of IDOC until we have 2013 tax returns completed. So that is the next action item. So as always, if there's something better we can be doing, please let us know. If you're happy with us so far, please let your friends, neighbors, family know. Pass our contact information along, and make it a great rest of the month. We'll talk to you soon.